Hello and welcome back to MCNN's Limited Life Recap. My name is Lyric.
And I'm Pixie.
And we're back with all of the news from week 4 of the collective hallucinatory experience that we call Limited Life.
Our viewers may have noticed ZombieCleo's episode went up a few days later than the others. Dealing with a tooth infection during recording meant editing had to be delayed. And according to Cleo,
I don't remember half of what happened in this session. I was running a very high fever. And I was kind of delirious.
We assume she considered sitting this one out, but after seeing how that went for Grian last week, staying in despite their illness may have seemed the better choice. We're happy to hear that Cleo is on the mend, and we wish her a speedy recovery.
This week went off with a bang at the Clockers Tower when the bad boys invaded in pursuit of beat-ups, and Joel got the first kill of the session. And fortunately for our sleep schedules, far from the last, by blowing up ZombieCleo from above. While she wasn't his intended target, it can't be said that it didn't provide an explosive beginning to this week's episode.
Oh, no! Oh my
Mom! What? It's all fun and games until you kill Mom now.
Grian launched the Minecraft Green Hunt this week, turning everyone against the remaining Green Lifers: B-Dubs, Joel, Impulse, Tango, and Scott.
B-Dubs and Impulse turned yellow relatively peacefully, with a very strong emphasis on relatively.
Oh, yeah. I've been boogieed today. I need the time back. No. I need the time back. I've been boogieed. I'm desperate. I need it. There we go. Okay, I needed something back.
Were they trying to kill Impulse?
Oh! No way!
Impulse?
What?
Joel was taken down while on the run, and Tango and Scott had particularly climactic falls from grace.
Let's go now to Couchy with more on the explodification of Tango Tech.
The last few remaining greens were high-value targets this week. While Scott gave his time away to trusted allies and the server's yellows nipped at his heels, Tango spent his week dancing back and forth across the 16-hour line. Tango and his ally Impulse both started the week session with just under 17 hours on their timers, 2 of them making up half the remaining greens on the server. When B-Dubs, then the bad boys, arrived at the tower searching for them, the rest of their team offered a distraction, while the greens hid around the backside and formed a temporary alliance in the tower's shadow.
They're going to be coming for us. Be aware that, we have giant targets on the back of our heads right now.
Their negotiations were interrupted by an anvil, then dripstone, falling from above, courtesy of bad boys in the skies. Etho offered safety from falling blocks with a bed of pressure plates, but TNT minecarts don't work by the same rules.
Stand on the pressure plates, everybody.
What are the pressure plates for?
Yeah.
They can't get us that way.
Oh, because
That might have been the end of dramatic adventures for the now yellow Tango this week. But when talking with Grian about having avoided selection as the boogeyman thus far in the Life series,
you are
Come on, for the first time.
not the boogeyman.
Tango made plans with Etho, pretending to be swept along by the tide of murderous yellow, not the boogeyman, and they chased down Joel, the green that killed him earlier.
I want to go kill Joel.
I want to kill
Oh,
Joel
you're
so
yellow
bad.
now. Yeah. Let's go, man.
While Etho got amped up, Tango tried his very best to pick up a kill in all of the mess. His self-titled Elite PvP skill counter showed just how well that went. Despite Tango's terrible PvP skills this session, his teammate was more successful, as Etho managed to take down Joel not long after.
Oh, I fell. Thank you. You saved me. You saved me, Joel. So now I can kill you.
Etho's gain from killing Joel bumped him back to green, starting a brawl between him, Martin, and Tango. The series' most dysfunctional PvP ever would follow, as Tango's elite PvP skill counter rose to 11. But after Martin ran into his own pufferfish and got hit by Tango's TNT blast, Martin's low-health Ender Pearl escape became a successful kill for Tango as the boogeyman.
Get him, Martin.
I
picked up goat's milk. I guess that works nicely, actually. Get him, Martin. That's no... That's
Hold it, I'm dead.
After regrouping on Ty's tower, Tango claimed the kill, which brought him a half hour into green time. We see him receive another half hour shortly after, but it's likely that this was a miscalculation. Etho slid back down into yellow, and after Impulse was taken out in a TNT triple kill, Ty took the chance to redirect the yellows to target Scott first, which give Tango time to hide.
How is Scott
Skizz,
still
I'm just gonna
alive?
hide behind you.
We
If that's
all
okay.
need to target Scott.
That's all you can do, man.
Scott's death message in chat was the starting trigger of a manhunt for Tango. He immediately started to dig into the walls and block the way behind him. He was erratic in his tunneling path as the bloodthirsty yellows mined through the walls after him. The tension kept rising, but when Grian called out to start the game, Tango knew how he had to respond.
Marco!
Hello.
He's over this way!
After a long escape through the bowels of the server, Tango came out in a ravine, which he immediately took full advantage of to run away from his hunters and towards his allies, who had split off from the rest. Team ties reconvened, and Tango took one for the team by giving up his remaining green time to Skizz.
Hold on.
Skizz, you gotta play.
Jeez, I can't believe how hard it was for me to get down there.
As Tango's last green hour trickles away, the server finds itself in a yellow equilibrium. At least for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Couchy. You may have noticed a lot of TNT falling from above during that segment, which is a little weird considering, wasn't that Team Ty's plan for Skynet? Apparently, that idea was stolen from them this week by the Bad Boys, who took over the network at their first opportunity.
This plan had some mixed successes, since it turns out that Skynet may be a bit too high up to be completely effective. But they did take down one green lifer, so they still get a B for effort.
You just killed 3 yellow!
No. Impulse was green. The rest was collateral.
Yeah.
Oh, did you actually get Impulse? Nice, good play.
Yeah,
Right there.
Impulse is down.
Very
Triple kill
good,
with him.
very good.
The Bad Boys soon left Skynet after their partial success, and they chose to pursue the more thrilling option of murdering their friends the old-fashioned way, with swords.
While all this was going on, we also got a reminder that Scott Smager is uncharacteristically skilled at these life games, since he chose a very tactical way to finally become yellow. Let's go to Salem to learn more.
Thank you, Pixie. Scott starts off this week not only green, but with a solid lead on everyone else. Perks of having gotten a boogie kill back in episode 1. He clocks in at 18 hours, 2 hours above the yellow threshold, and with an hour more than any of the remaining greens. In Scott's own words,
I'm in danger.
At the very beginning of the session, before Boogie was even called, Scott reminds Cleo of a deal they'd made. If Cleo needed time, they could kill Scott. And as a yellow life who'd just been blown up in the crossfire of the Bad Boys' hunt for beat-ups moments before, she definitely did need it. After Scott and Martin helped Cleo escape by way of the Bad Boys' own nether portal, he says she can kill him as long as she makes it an interesting death.
Can you do it in a fun way, not just an axe crit?
They climb the nosy neighbor's tower as the boogeyman counter ticks down, and before Boogie is rolled, Cleo axe crits Scott off the edge of the tower.
I'm ready.
I appreciate you, Scott. I just want you to know that.
Bye.
Bye!
Upon respawning at the Coral Isles, Scott barely has a moment's notice before Skizzleman and Impulse both literally fall on top of him, having been cornered on Skynet by Grian trying to kill Impulse. However, the two barely even begin to explain the situation before Skizzleman attempts his own kill on Scott with a lava bucket. The attempt fails, as does an anvil from above meant for Impulse. As Skizz chases Scott in circles around the Coral Isles, ultimately failing to kill him, Grian attempts to kill Impulse again, trying to fishing rod him off of a water stream. However, Grian falls and dies just after the other member of the Mean Gills, Martin, is boogie killed by Tango. Scott returns to the Coral Isles, annoyed that everyone won't just leave him to live his best Animal Crossing resort life.
You know, do I pick the right series to do that? Probably not, but I'm here.
As Scott is hunting down apples to make golden apples and following through on his promised lifetime supply of bread from the bread bridge, Martin, Scar, and Impulse are blown up. Scott sees Martin's death in the chat and realizes that he's running low on time.
Are you sure you don't want to give Oh my gosh!
Martin is going to be red.
Oh my gosh,
It's
that
me and
means there's
Tango.
just you and Tango left.
If you can kill Tango and leave me till I screen, I'll let you kill me.
Scott, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to run.
So, outnumbering him a dozen or so to 1, nearly the entire army of yellow names sets out for Scott.
Let's go!
Come on, guys.
Each other.
With this terrifying knowledge in mind, Scott seeks refuge at the nosy neighbor's tower. He isn't there long before he's trying to tower up even higher to escape the yellows.
I don't know where I go from this. The arrows can't reach. The arrows can reach.
Evading arrows, swords, and the promise of yellow peace with a bucket clutch that would make Scar proud.
What a bucket clutch.
He's treated with...
He manages to escape back to the Coral Isles, where he meets back up with Martin. They make a deal.
Martin, I think you might need to kill me.
And the Mean Girls walk in on Grian and Etho attempting to spawn trap Scott's bed.
Is that enough? Is that gonna work?
I think so. It's gonna go right for him when he responds, I think.
Hi.
No!
The TNT goes off anyway, but doesn't do any damage, except to the base. Scott jumps into the water, quickly pursued by the yellows.
Martin, just take it.
guys,
Just take
take
it.
that.
Martin, just kill me. Martin, just kill me.
He's there. Get him.
I'm trying to get TD.
Martin.
I'm getting him. I'm having him. I'm having him.
Scott, come towards me!
His teammate manages to be the one to claim his life, bringing Scott down to yellow at just over 15 hours left, and giving Martin an extra half hour. And just as suddenly as the yellow army descended on him, they scattered to go hunt down the sole remaining green. Notably, Scott's adventures this episode involved not one but two mutually agreed upon kills, first by Cleo and then by Martin. Whether or not players will decide that the 50% time loss is worth it to transfer some time in the future, only time will tell, pardon the pun. Back to you in the studio.
I don't know about you, Pixie, but I sure am tired of all that carnage.
Me too, Lyric. Let's take a deep breath and check in on some of the building changes that have been happening across the server, starting with some remodeling that was done on the Coral Isles' beautiful beachside resort. There was some on-site demolition in the middle of the server chaos, but repairs and upgrades were made before the session came to an end.
Also, why do you keep bringing them to my base? The Coral Isles is meant to be a resort world, and I'm not feeling very peaceful. I'm just trying to live my best Animal Crossing Island Resort World life here.
The same can be said for Clocker's Tower, which is looking much more complete after this week, though it began the session by taking an unfortunate step backward.
The bad boys are rising, with Grian and Joel constructing a combined base in the sky above what's left of their mansion. With Grian's bread loaf and Joel's sub sandwich already built, we look forward to seeing Jimmy's promised carrot cake appear beside them next episode, just as soon as they create Carrot Catwalk to go with the brand new Potato Pier.
Skiz, too, started construction above the ground, where he built a meeting room for Team Ties attached to Skynet. Its first iteration didn't meet the HOA's standards.
Here, like this part. Dude, Smager just took down my entire building! Are you serious? You jerk!
So a second one was made. This one's safe from both demolition and prying eyes. Well, mostly.
Pearl and Bigby were a little preoccupied to do much building, but they made plenty of progress on their frog tower last week, so we can forgive them. We'll come back to what kept them busy this week later on in the episode.
But for now, it's time for the wacky adventures of the clockiest clocker as we ask, where in the world was B00?
Hi, and welcome back. I'm Anachronistic Cat, here to give you the news on B00. Last week, B-Dubs and Etho discussed betraying their allies, which caused some complications this week, as Cleo confronted him about the conversation. He managed to calm her concerns, but the bad boys soon showed up to disrupt the peace. The bad boys were after something far more sinister than lunch money, and B-Dubs ran from the rock to get Dad to deal with the bullies.
Etho! The bad boys are chasing me? And I need Dad.
Later, Pearl interrupted the Clocker's daily division of duties, and B-Dubs wandered off to talk to Ties. Martin, enticed by two green names, dropped a pufferfish on them and attacked. Not 3 minutes after they stopped paying attention to him, B-Dubs respawned next to Scar and Cleo. B-Dubs got a front row seat to see Scar succumb to a stalactite and the bad boys blow Impulse, Scar, and Martin sky high. During the Scott hunt, B-Dubs was the primary cheerleader and one of 3 to climb to the top of the Nosy Neighbor Tower.
Mellow yellow, mellow yellow.
And although B-Dubs was the one that decided it was time to track Tango down, he seemed more interested in complimenting Etho than actually helping the hunt.
This is freaking genius.
The Clockers got Silk Touch, and Cleo led a family road trip to the bad place. Once in the deep dark, it took the Clockers 45 seconds to summon the Warden and flee. When half the server went to see the Warden, Etho and B-Dubs were the only 2 to stay at the rock. They chatted while paving the way between Clockers and Ties, and B-Dubs had to work overtime to defend Etho's PvP reputation from Cleo, Tango, Martin, and even Etho himself.
Who am I kidding? I'm washed up, B-Dubs. It's all over.
You aren't washed up. Stop it. No. Stop it. No, you're a hero.
We do not know where B-Dubs ended his session, as nobody ended their video within range of him, but the last we see of him is in Cleo's video when he is at The Rock. His timer is estimated at 14 hours. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Anachronistic Cat. Aside from the occasional personal drama, the second half of the session fell into the yellow piece, a time where everyone was yellow and no one was dying in particularly dramatic ways.
Why is it in such an awkward place?
Well, you've got to. I can make it a little shallower later.
Z.
Excuse me?
I am so dumb.
But the drama was called drama for a reason. We didn't touch on the nosy neighbors' aggressive adoption of their frog motif, but that's because we were saving the drama of our favorite watchers for now.
Pearl created an ambiguous situation involving a creeper, luring it into the middle of a perfectly normal conversation involving B-Dubs, Scott, Martin, and Scar. Unfortunately, this plan blew up in her face. Literally.
I'm so sorry, Pearl. Pearl, I'm sorry.
Oh my God! Why were you trying to blow up us, though?
I wasn't
Pearl?
trying to blow you guys up. I was only messing around. Well, that went well.
This week also saw more action on the frog front. Here with more on the story is our field correspondent and frog expert, Goose.
I'm Goose, coming to you from the scene of the latest of a series of terrible crimes. And yes, we are aware that the number of murders exceeded the number of players this session. But what kind of reporters would we be if we just let things like literal petty theft slide? Throughout the session, Jimmy and the nosy neighbors were engaged in a battle for ownership of Judge, Judy, and Executioner, the frog that Jimmy procured during the previous session in exchange for a lifetime supply of Bad Boy's bread. Pearl and Big B wanted this froggy friend returned to their care, concerned for his safety.
If I'm not back in 5, then you know, execute plan Z.
Oh my gosh!
I think plan Z.
Excuse me?
I am so dumb. and they're in charge of judging.
My gosh.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Right.
The pair arrived at Breadbridge to see Judge, Judy, and Executioner again and negotiate his safe return. Jimmy, however, planned to use his possession of Judge Judy to lure Big B into an obsidian cage and secure a hostage for the Bad Boys. This would have been successful were it not for Pearl, following from the shadows, who was able to free her teammate.
Taken prisoner?
Wait, so you were following me the whole time?
Of course I am. I ain't leaving my buddy to
Right, you stay
be caught
there.
by you. Swim out, buddy. Swim out. Come on, swim out.
No,
You got
right,
this.
wait, B, don't swim out.
I can't believe you.
Unbeknownst to Jimmy, his plan was doomed to fail from the start, since Judge Judy and Executioner was actually stolen by Big B earlier that session. He was safely hidden away in the depths of Froggy Tower, where he remained for the rest of the session. After Jimmy parted ways with the nosy neighbors, he was shocked to find that his beloved amphibian friend had been replaced by a decoy.
Oh my gosh! They've taken Judge Judy and Executioner! They've taken my boy.
We now take you to Frog Tower, where conflict soon took another turn for the worse. Jimmy quickly arrived on the scene, hopping mad to confront Pearl over the theft. He demanded to get Judge Judy back, but Pearl feigned ignorance in the matter, scolding Jimmy for losing the frog.
Where is Judge Judy and Executioner?
Have you lost it?
You knew what you were doing.
Have you lost the froggy? How dare you lose the frog, Jimmy? We entrusted that to you.
Did you find him?
Did you lose it?
The situation escalated, with Jimmy making threats to kill Froggy the cat, and Pearl quickly threatening to kill him if he tried.
How dare you lose him? Don't you touch... No. Jimmy,
Tell me, or the cat gets it.
Don't
Tell me,
you touch
or
Froggy.
the cat...
Don't you
Froggy.
You don't want to do this.
You don't want to do what you did.
Jimmy.
Pearl.
Look into my eyes and tell me you still want to kill that cat right now.
I still want to kill that cat.
I still want to kill you.
In the interest of not losing more time, Jimmy switched his tactics to threatening to kidnap Bigby again. Fortunately, nobody croaked by the end of this altercation. However, Jimmy made lifelong enemies in the nosy neighbors and did not manage to leave with Judge Judy and Executioner.
Yep. Excuse me. Top of the list, both of you. Big B, you first. Pearl second. Top of the list.
It's uncertain where the story may lead next, but I'm sure it will be a riveting tale. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Goose. Hopefully, Jimmy will have better luck capturing a win than he had attempting to capture his neighbor. Though, with his track record in these games, that seems unlikely. While Jimmy was off wrangling a frognapper, the Clockers were facing down a far less friendly foe.
Cleo led Scar and B-Dubs on a very safe and well-considered family road trip down to the deep dark.
Where are we going?
Going to the deep dark. Don't tell your dad.
Is it safe?
Yeah, it's perfectly safe. You just need to remember to crouch.
Scar wrongly believed wardens couldn't spawn outside of the ancient cities and chucked torches on the ground to demonstrate, spawning one in the process. This was only a slightly worse decision than Cleo later showing a motley crew of players, including Grian, exactly where to obtain a warden of their own.
Just prior to this, Grian had realized that Skizzleman would soon be turning red. Not wanting to get on his bad side, he set out to make a deal, building Skizz an emergency exit and giving him a totem of undying.
With how many deaths there have been thus far, Skizz isn't the only one quickly approaching red. Clocks changed server-wide this session, and this is a lot of time to track. So let's go to Joju for an analysis of where everyone stands.
Today we've got some exciting development on the leaderboard, where for the first time, Scott S. Major is no longer in the lead for hours remaining. That honor now goes to Etho's lab, who, despite disappointing us all by wrecking Etho's standard time last week, has managed to get a half-hour back by killing Joel. He is now halfway between Etho's standard time and Etho daylight time, which has made everyone who has a strong opinion on the subject very uncomfortable. Speaking of EST loyalists, everyone who was still on it this week fell off, with Scott, B-Dubs, Impulse, and Tango balancing out at 1 hour less than the world time, in what we can now safely call Etho daylight time. On the other end of the scale, Martin died a heck of a lot this week, placing him on the lower end of the time left. He's currently tied with Jimmy, who interestingly enough did not die at all this week and is still tied for second to last place. The biggest loser is still Skizzleman, who will go red next week, barring a lucky bookie kill. We don't expect anyone's series to end this week, but given how things have been going so far, we wouldn't be surprised if some chaos was around the corner. Back to you, Pixie.
Thank you for the analysis, Joju.
As for other things we've been keeping track of week to week, we've noticed that Team Ties has still not brewed any potions. We will continue to treat this as important news. Also, Team Ties said something about getting information out there. They're planning on destroying Breadbridge next week, which is an event we're not sure if we should be dreading or looking forward to.
No, not at all. We're not doing that because the viewers aren't going to say anything.
Everybody watching, please, keep your mouth shut.
Please. Shut your face.
Or if we should even be reporting on it. Oops.
We're sorry, but we have an obligation to our audience. Our viewers keep the lights on.
Anyway, that's all the news we have for this week. Special thanks to everyone who helped us reach the 1,000 subscriber milestone on YouTube. We are thrilled to see so much love from the community. This really is a passion project for all of us, and we're so glad to be able to share it with all of you.
Keep an eye out for next week's episode, where we're sure to see more fickle feuds crop up and more time tick down.
And with that, my name is Lyric.
And I'm Pixie.
And we'll see you next week.